Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I want to thank the Office of the President for bringing us together to discuss this subject. And I want to agree with whoever has talked about localizing our content, contextualizing science. What science are we talking about? Uganda is an agricultural country. Our problem, we have run away from agriculture. And all the science, most of the science can be found within the agriculture field. But when you look at the policies, the support for agriculture education in our country has diminished, has gone astray. Most of the people discussing educational policies for us are leaders in education schools. They have started their own schools, so they think agriculture is expensive, so they put agriculture away. But agriculture is the solution. When we go to the primary science, and I want to thank the person who has mentioned, entry to secondary level, what is the grade of science that we are taking in, and mathematics? I'm holding the primary science curriculum here. I have extracted topics of agriculture from P4. But even going back to primary 1, it's about my home. What are the activities in my home? The agriculture activities. Who is talking about them in school? And all the children going to these primary schools are going back home without any connection. They leave school, they cannot tell why they are learning about spacing and rows, yet that is what they are using in their homes to plant. So it is about going back to look at the basics. The curriculum in the primary school is very rich, the science curriculum, but we are not teaching the curriculum. And UNEP is not helping us either. When I look at P7 curriculum, it says at the very end, describing one of the competencies, describing how to start and manage a school or home woodlot project. And we are talking about agroforestry, we are talking about climate change, and UNEP may not pay attention to such a topic, and yet these schools are supposed to teach it. We should be seeing woodlots in schools. You look at all the schools in Kampala here. What are they for? Why do we have such schools? Now, when you move to the loan scheme, I observed the loan scheme analysis. Data showed less girls being successful. But go back to the NAPE report of 2018, UNEP produced. Proficiency of learners in numerals at P3, the girls were more proficient than the boys at 56%. At P3, the boys were at 54.3. But by P6, the girls were at 45.9 and the boys are taken over 56.2. Why? Because the way we deliver the curriculum is not supporting the girls, and yet if we look back at the context of the home, agriculture and all the activities that come in the home, the girls would be even far better than the boys. So we are missing a point in our curriculum. If we don't localize, if we don't contextualize, if we say agriculture at secondary level is going to be optional because of cost, and we are putting it away from the syllabus, we are leaving it as by the way, whoever wants it selects it, so whichever school wants it can put it. Government must take back its priorities. Education is a priority for government. We must be able as government to put subjects like agriculture in schools and support them and have the science localized, contextualized, so that we all understand it, so that the children leave school and go home and support the homesteads. I'll give one example. Yesterday, I had an activity that was shared going on in one of the primary schools. And they were tying a rope, and they were tying nodes at 30 centimeters. This rope is supposed to be used in planting maize in the gardens. That is the recommended scientific way. When you plant in a straight line at particular intervals, the yield enhances. And there are reasons behind that. The mathematics teacher is teaching measuring and is not paying attention to such an activity, and all the ropes designed in a school can end up in the community, and we will have organized agriculture because of the science that has been taught in school. So my plea is that we look back at our science and discuss the issue somebody mentioned, whose science, for what reason, is it for Uganda or is it for Britain? I thank you.
Thank you very much.